Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm doing another Aussiedoodle video today. Today we're going to compare Frankie, our Aussiedoodle, to Goldendoodles. I loved seeing the comparison videos when I was first researching dogs and when we were deciding on what dog to get. So I love those videos and I think they're very helpful. So we're gonna do one today. So we're going to compare Aussiedoodles versus Goldendoodles because they're very similar. There's just a few minor things that are different about them. So first of all, oh yeah, before I forget, how cute is this pillow? This is Frankie on a pillow. The back is just little pink paws, but I die. And she had her super long fur. Oh, I love this so much. It's actually part of a babble box. Oh, and she laid down so you can't even see her. Come up here, sit. Good. This pillow is part of a babble box, which is like a sponsored post I'll be doing soon. It'll be on my blog and Instagram. But anyways, I love this. I'll link it below too so that you guys can check it out, because every dog owner needs one of them, I'm pretty sure. It's so cute. Okay, anyways, Aussiedoodles and Goldendoodles are similar in a lot of ways. So I have my notes here and I'm going to just cover, a few different topics. So we have temperament, size, shedding, and training, and probably some things in between because I just love talking about Frankie. Another reason I want to compare these two breeds is that they are so similar in that a lot of families, like when they're looking at which doodle to get or which family dog to get, they're always like, I feel like in the running together. So I just feel like this video will be helpful, and if not, it'll be fun at the least. I'm going to try to insert some clips of Frankie too, so that you can see her in like different things that she does and how she acts. But anyways, let's just get started with the categories. So temperament is first, and the poodle, so I guess I'll start with Frankie is F1B. I always get this messed up, but her mom was an Aussiedoodle and her dad was a standard poodle. So she is an F1B Aussiedoodle. She is mostly poodle. So I would say most of her personality and her temperament is the poodle side, which is great and I love. I think poodles are so fun and goofy. So that will matter in both options. So if you're looking at both Aussies and Goldens, you're going to have a lot of poodle personality. So really, after this video, go look up just poodle videos because that's going to be a main part of your dog's personality and temperament, but it's great. Like, she is amazing. She's never had any issues, and we got her when she was 8 weeks old, but she's never had any issues with aggression or just being like grumpy or even towards the kids. So we have a 2 and 5-year-old. We got her when we had a 1 and 4-year-old, and she's been great ever since we got her. She was, a little crazy when she was a puppy because she was used to playing with her puppy litter mates. So she would nip and play rough, but I mean, she was this big, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And we just kind of nipped the nipping in the bud right away, just by yelping, screeching like really loud when she would bite us, just to let her know that that's too much, too hard. And it honestly lasted, I don't know, like a couple of weeks, and it wasn't bad. They're tiny when you get them. If you have kids or you're worried about temperament, just make sure you get that training solidified and done right away. Don't wait on that part because it'll just be harder later the longer you wait. So temperament for both is gentle, loving. Aussiedoodle is more active, and I don't know why that's on temperament. Oh, so the Aussies, they just have more energy. Like Australian Shepherds are hyper active little suckers. They like being active. They like doing agility stuff. They like playing, and I say that and we can wear her out. Like a quick 10 to 30 minutes of activity will wear her out, and she takes naps, but she does like being super active. Whereas Goldens, she just played with her friend Pepper outside, which is a mini Labradoodle, and so she's like super hot. We're down here in the basement trying to cool off. That's why she's breathing like that. But she is very hyper, high energy for sure, but she gets worn out and she takes naps too. Where Goldendoodles, I think as they get older, they really chill out. If you've ever seen, and I'm sure you have, like an old Golden, they're super chill and just like lay around and very relaxed. Really a good family dog too. So I think their energy levels are close in the very beginning, but as they get older, I think Aussies still hold on to a lot of that energy. And that's my opinion, and that's from experience and people that I've known that have had Aussies versus Goldens. So I think it ultimately depends on your lifestyle and how you train them as well, but just keep that in mind. But as far as temperament and like aggression and that sort of thing, you'll be good with both. Next, I'll talk about size. They can be similar and they can be different because the poodles all come in the same sizes. So there's toy, mini, and standard, which the toy is like under 10, mini is like 20-ish pounds, and then the standard poodle can be pretty big, like 70 pounds, I would say, like 50 to 70. I'm not exactly sure, but those are the big ones. And she was mixed with a standard, her dad was a standard poodle. And this coloring too, like the tan and white, so that's why she got this color. So I'll go over colors too. I don't think that was in my list, but see, I told you I'd get on a sidetrack. Okay, so size, there's different sizes of poodles, and then Goldens, obviously there's just one size. There are different varieties of the Golden Retriever. So that can depend, or that can like factor into size, but for the most part, Goldendoodles come in mini or standard. And then Aussies, there are different size Aussies. I didn't know if you knew that. I didn't know that until we were looking into her, but our neighbor has a toy Aussie, which is super cute. It looks like a little gopher running around. It's like this big. But then there's Moyen, I think that's the name for it, but mini and then standard. And the standard Aussies are smaller than like a regular size Golden Retriever. So the sizes vary. You just have to talk to your breeder and what they predict the size is going to be. Frankie is 45 pounds, and that's what she said she would be. So we lucked out there. She was right, and that's what we wanted, so that's good. I know some people have gotten dogs and it's supposed to be this, it's supposed to be that, and it comes out looking way different or the wrong size. So we are glad that she turned out how we expected her to. Okay, size, shedding. I feel like shedding is going to be the same, but this varies because I have heard horror stories about people getting these doodles and they shed. So there's a gene in the poodle that is the non-shedding gene, and some mixes, some doodles, hold on, don't eat them all. Some doodles do not get that gene, and I would just like pass out. You guys, one of the main reasons we got a doodle is because she's hypoallergenic and non-shedding. That was like the thing my husband agreed to because she was non-shedding. So it would be so sad. I mean, obviously you would just have to deal with it and keep the dog, but so when you're shopping for your doodle, you just want to make sure it's a reputable breeder. You want to make sure they have a lot of experience. She doesn't shed at all. Like when I'm brushing her, a few hairs come out, and that's the difference, and it's because they have hair, not fur. So like when you're brushing your human hair, a few are gonna come out and shed, but as far as just a normal like shedding of the undercoat, she doesn't have that and does not shed normally. Are you so out of breath? Did you play with Pepper all day? Okay, next is training. She's been super easy to train. She has that like drive to want to please you and want to listen. She wants direction and she wants to do what you say. And so that has been so sweet to see because she really does listen. We now go on walks around our neighborhood without a leash, and she does so well. She loves chasing the rabbits and bunnies. But anyways, the training, I mean, you teach her something for 10 minutes, spend 10 minutes a few times a week with her, and she's got it just like that. She's super smart. And this is just my opinion, but as far as the Golden Retriever and the Australian Shepherd, Goldens are just like here for the party. They want to have fun and they like their families, but Aussies are like super intelligent to where they want to be trained and they want to do like specific things, and they want to do like active training. I don't know if that makes sense. That is just from my experience and like things that I've heard and people I've talked to, but I think it's probably equally as hard for both when they're puppies. It was super hard for 6 months, then it got a little bit easier for another 6 months, and then after she turned a year old, it got pretty easy. Just because we were consistent in so many things in training, and we just figured it out. We have a super active, not super active, we have pretty active lifestyle, and we're consistent with walks and playing and going outside and spending so much time outside actually. And she just loves it. She's happy, she's healthy, and therefore she like just listens, and she does really well now. I will say the one thing, and I don't know if this is an Aussie or Poodle thing, but the thing that we can just still can't get under control is that if someone comes over that she loves, like a babysitter or one of our parents, she jumps and gets so excited. And I think that is just like her loving people. She forces her friendship on people. She knows like the non-dog people and like just forces her little friendship upon them. And dogs too. Like we have neighbors with dogs all around, and on this side there was a smaller dog. They actually have a golden and a shih tzu, and the shih tzu did not like her, didn't want anything to do with her, and she just kind of forced her way over and like made friends with them. With the golden it was easy. They're super friendly and lovable, but the shih tzu had some issues, but he's friends with her now. So she's very social like that, and we've always taken her to the dog park and different friends and families' houses with dogs, and like I said, all of our neighbors have dogs, so she's always been socialized, and I think that is super important. We've always taken her into stores, just the pet store and like places they're allowed, but she's always just as soon as we got her, we started with that because I wanted a dog that we could take places, that we could take to people's houses in different areas, and that she would do well in different environments, because I didn't want her just in our house, in our yard, 100% of the time, so that when we took her anywhere, she would act crazy or get stressed out even. So if you want you want your dog to like fit your lifestyle, so you have to start with it as soon as you get the dog. And I highly stress that. I think that is one of the main reasons that she does so well with our lifestyle, is because we didn't really change anything, except COVID. That kind of changed a few things, but we didn't change anything just because we had a dog. And I hear people say that about babies too, but that's a little harder to do. Okay, so training. Next is the reason ultimately that we chose an Aussiedoodle is that we wanted a dog that was going to be active, family dog, non-shedding, just super easy to train and smart. And I just feel like the Australian Shepherd Poodle was a better fit, but I think would have been just as happy, almost as happy with the Goldendoodle too. And I love that those came in different sizes. I also love Labradoodles because I love the Labrador personality as well. I just think that they're different too in the Retriever versus Shepherd. Those two personalities are a lot different too. So a Retriever wants to retrieve. They're can be trained to do hunting stuff, where Shepherd can be trained to do shepherding, like of herds. And so one of the things that Frankie likes to do is when all the kids have their friends over, is she like tries to get them all together. She'll like run and try to circle them, or if we're in different areas, it kind of stresses her out because she wants us all together. So that's like a downfall, and like a cute thing that she does where a Retriever wouldn't do that. They might take your shoes and like put them back somewhere and retrieve your belongings. So that's another personality trait that I love about Aussies. I love that they just want to be with you and they want you all to be together. I think that's really cute. Okay, so let's see. I think I have all my notes covered, but I will leave the comments open for any questions that you guys have. I always get questions on where she's from, and I will link that in the description, so check there before you ask. You can also ask questions about that breeder, but that I think is the most popular question that I get, and it's copperheartk9.com. She is Aussie Me Happy on Facebook, and she's local to the Grand Rapids area. We're in Michigan, so I don't know what litter she has. I don't know what's going on with her at this current moment, but she also has Bernedoodles if you are interested in that. That's a larger dog, but super cute as well. Okay, I think that's it. Let me know what questions you have. Let me know what video you want me to do next with Frankie. Okay, something I forgot to talk about was grooming, and I think it's pretty much the same. So your coat of your doodle is going to vary just based on the breeder's experience and what dogs they were mixed with, whether it's a Australian Shepherd mixed with a Poodle or an Aussiedoodle mixed with a Poodle, whatever that, their coat is going to vary and depend on that. But the grooming needs to be done once a month, because Their ears in doodles and poodles, there's hair that grows inside of their ears, and if that's not plucked out or trimmed or taken care of and cleaned regularly, they can get ear infections. And their hair can get very matted. So I don't recommend going 6 months without going to a groom appointment, because it's just painful for the dog. You don't want them to get all tangled up and matted. It's just not fun for them or for you, because they will have to get shaved and they look weird when they get shaved. So their grooming is once a month for all doodles. I will just say in general, because you want them to just stay maintained and clean and healthy. You don't want anything like that infection to happen. Okay. I think that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Have a good day. Bye.